episode 99.
99. 99. We're almost there to 100 episode.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the way, before we start, I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That is Chris. This is Geekin Out number 99. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This will be the last episode of Geekin Out. Episode 100 is something entirely different. Now, episode 100 still counts. There's still 100 episodes going in, but this is, episode 99 is the final episode of Geekin Out. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Drop my stuff.
He scares me.
I scare him so much. I scare him so. But anyway. And if you've been trying to watch this on YouTube and you haven't been able to see these new episodes on YouTube, it's because I'm locked out of YouTube. Somehow when I transferred to the new equipment that we had, because we've actually been upgrading our equipment, that's why we're ending this Geeking Out after 99 episodes. But when I transferred to the new equipment, of course I had to log in to all these sites and stuff that we use as part of the production process and the social media and stuff. Somehow I managed to get myself locked out of YouTube on the Who What Where account, so it's shot until I can get somebody at Google or YouTube to pay attention and help me figure out what's going on. So as of right now, somehow I managed to get the Who What Where email account registered under my name, which means that it has no videos to it at all because I've never posted a personal video to YouTube. It's all under a different Who What Where thing. So all the old episodes are there, but the new episodes are not. So, yeah, so we have like 97, right up to episode 97 is still on YouTube. But the rest of them are going to have to be Facebook exclusive until I can figure something out. Yeah, which we were threatening to do a few months ago anyway. Yeah,
I mean, which, you know, it's really sad too, because I got on there after you told me that. I got on there to see if, you know, if I can watch the videos or see if anything bad's popped up on there. Nothing, but we did gain an extra viewer. That's and it was like, oh, right in time for everything to go to hell. Yeah. So.
Which is just well because I'm working on something that would actually replace the original Who What Where account, since we don't have access to it anyway.
You won't tell me.
I won't tell you squat. Because if I do, I'm going to jinx it. Especially if I do it on video, because as soon as I do it on video, somebody else is going to try to snitch it out from under me.
Got you.
So,
got you. Okay, I got you.
It's on the QT, you know. So the I'm doing gang signs.
I was like, you being hip.
I heard the ice cream man outside, and I'm all excited now. I just need a cherry dilly bar right now. But all I got is chocolate. So, anywho.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to Geeking Out, everybody. Like I said, the technical things, want to get that out of the way first. But there was something you were wanting to discuss on our news-ish episode as we wrapped it up. Because last time we talked all about HBO Max and how if you own Roku, you don't get to watch it. And even if you own anything else, you don't get to watch it either because of the technical glitches and stuff to it. So...
Well, what do you want this to be? Newsis, or do you want this to... It's... Okay, look, here's the thing.
This is the big wrap. What do you want?
Here's the thing. There is something I want to mention, but I don't know how to do it without literally going on a huge rant, because I'm still fired up about it, but yet... And I don't...
It's not the Snyder Cut, is it?
No.
Okay, thank God for that.
It's about what's going on in the news right now. I don't. I'm just going to put it out there, and I'm just going to say this. Okay, so anyway, there's a bunch of celebrities that are getting together. Brad Pitt, Seth Rogen, Steve Carell. Well, anyway, yeah, those guys. Is trying to get a bunch of celebrities together, and they're donating money to Minneapolis to bail out protesters. And of course, if you've been watching the news lately, you know what's been going on. I strongly disagree with them doing that because they're literally going around vandalizing their own community. And I just think them bailing them out is stupid. I think we should just leave them alone. And I think the government should leave them alone because they're destroying their own everything that in their community. If that's what they want to do, then just let them have it, because when it's all over with, what are they going to do next? They can't go to the store because they literally just blew it up and took everything that was on stock, so what are they going to do? They brought it onto themselves, so. No, I'm just going to say that.
You done?
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
You done?
I'm done.
Well, I don't know how geeky that is, but who did you say was involved in this?
Brad Pitt,
Okay.
Steve Carell,
Uh-huh.
Seth Rogen,
Uh-huh.
and that's all the
using his
names
cheat
I have
sheet.
written down.
Anyway, three of Minneapolis's most famous natives, right?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if they are or not.
But does it even matter? Because y'all, okay? And this is all I'm going to say on it. I'm going to give the correct answer, and that's the end of it. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing about it.
All right.
People who riot, people who loot, are thugs. They're crooks. All the people who are upset and protesting these things are the cover that these thugs, these crooks, these rats, these cockroaches, these scum-sucking pinhead dog lickers use in order to get away with their scummery, their thievery, their scuzziness, and their dog licking. Alright? For those of you who are upset on this, I understand, and believe me, I actually agree with you on this in Minneapolis. Okay? I actually agree with you on this. Because I've seen what happened. I know what I haven't seen the court case yet, but I have an idea. So I'm on your side on this. But you need to take your rioters, your thugs, your looters, and your dog lickers, and you need to throw them into the lake and get them the heck out of your movement, because all they're doing is making the rest of the country look at you like you're the exact same content of character as the scum-sucking pinheads. Okay? Get them out. Get those guys out. If they look at you and say snitches get stitches, and they're not laughing their head off over the idea of snitches getting stitches, you need to pick them up and throw them in the lake. Yes, that's technically pollution, but this is the Trump administration. The EPA is not going to hold you to account. So, moving on. Yeah, we got anything? What else do you want to talk about for this week? Because I know there was something we were supposed to be talking about this week, and I cannot.
We're talking about Batwoman?
Batwoman is going away now. You honestly, now Batwoman, we do need to review STARGIRL, because we actually filmed we filmed a review of STARGIRL last week.
Yeah.
Let's do this on Batwoman real quick first, because Ruby Rose has left. Whether she left, she quit, she got fired, doesn't matter. She's not Batwoman anymore.
No.
You honestly think they're going to bring that show back for a season 2?
Well, they keep saying that season 2 is going to be bigger, better,
They got
and all that
700,000 viewers. Now, the worst part is that's good enough for, I think, 4th on the CW. The CW does not pull a rating.
It does rank number 4 show on the CW.
That's a damn shame. Now,
the show sucks.
But, which is ironic, well, I guess she could, not going to go there. Anyway, the kids watching. The show isn't made for kids. There might be kids watching. But anyway, so I think we've seen the end of Batwoman. I seriously doubt they're going to recast recast that, but there are already people calling for a bigger, gayer Batwoman to be recast for season 2.
Yeah. See,
These are the same guys who said that Ruby Rose
gay enough.
Ruby Rose is not gay enough to play Batwoman. Y'all insane, because Batwoman is a fictional character, y'all. Okay, so do not make me get the y'all out. Now, Stargirl. Let's just
let's get with the good stuff.
do a verbal spit. Get
Oh,
Batwoman out of our mouth. Not like she'd be interested anyway, but Stargirl. Okay. Stargirl, we actually did a review of this on last week's Boom Might Go Boom episodes that we recorded. So now we're going to have to try it again. Now we've got 2 weeks under our belt. We've got 2 episodes.
Yes.
You can catch them on the DC Universe. You can catch them on the CW app. You can catch them online. I think it's cwtv.com or cw.tv, whatever it is. Look it up. But let's think about all the DC shows that are on the CW right now. Okay? We had Arrow, which started the whole thing.
Arrow, yes. Now it is gone.
Okay. And then that spawned The Flash, which is still on the air, which is a big angsty wah fest. Okay. And then that spawned the Supergirl. Well, Supergirl didn't spawn off directly of it, but she's now a part of it, and it's a big super angsty wah fest. And then we also got Legends of Tomorrow, which started out as another collection of super angsty wah fest, and then it just got confused. Now it's just silly. Just silly. And then we got Batwoman, and we got Black Lightning, which I forgot. I'm so sorry I forgot about that, because I actually like that show.
Now that's the thing. That's why Black Lightning has to be a good show, because that's the only show you never hear about anything bad about. So
you get Black Lightning, which is street level angst fest, and then we got Batwoman, which is a GQ BLT wah fest. So got all of that, and then along comes Stargirl. Stargirl was created by Jeff Johns. Now, for those of you who have been watching Geekin Out for any length of time, who have known me for any length of time, you know that I will read a parking ticket if Jeff Johns wrote it. Okay? Because I love Jeff Johns. Now, he doesn't always get it right. Doomsday Clock, I still want a refund for that one, Jeff. But it was Jeff Johns knows what he's doing. Jeff Johns is the creator of Stargirl. He created Stargirl back in the years ago, like around 99, 2000. He based it on his little sister who had died, and she had always had this sunny disposition. She was always bright and cheery, and he wanted to create a character to serve as her legacy, so that people would get an idea of what his little sister was like. So we get Courtney Whitmore. Now, Courtney Whitmore is a girl who comes with her mom. Her mom remarries. Courtney is not overly enthusiastic about the new dad. She still loves old dad, even though old dad abandoned them years ago. Because he's not there, mom doesn't want to talk about it. So of course, Courtney Whitmore worships her dad, despises her stepdad. Stepdad winds up moving them to Blue Valley, Nebraska, for God's sake. Now that's the full name, Blue Valley, Nebraska, for God's sake. That's Courtney refers to it that way. The new dad, Pat's own son, Mike, refers to it that way. Courtney's about 15, Mike's about 12, 13. And they both refer to it as Blue Valley, Nebraska, for God's sake. They don't do this in the show, but they should. But anyway. So they show up here, And you think this, now because it's a CW show, there's got to be angst, right?
Yeah, of course.
Not on Jeff Johns' watch, buddy. Jeff Johns is the executive producer on this show. He is the head, he's in charge of DC's Hollywood unit when it comes to movies, when it comes to TV. And Jeff Johns is one of Richard Donner's proteges. So he's got the cred. What Jeff Johns wants, Jeff Johns going to get. And Jeff Johns has decided this is not a Greg Berlanti style wah fest with all the angst on the side for relish. This is going to be different. This one is going to be more of an optimistic view, even though the first episode starts, spoilers, with the entire Justice Society of America being slaughtered by the Injustice Society of America. Just bear with me, because that statement made no sense, and Courtney actually calls that out, I believe, in episode 2 with Pat. And this one, if you're like me, you've been trying to watch The Flash and you just gave up on it because these people are idiots. Oh my God. Barry Allen can run at like almost the speed of light, and he is so insecure about himself that he never actually gets much beyond the speed of sound because he's an idiot. And Arrow, for that matter, I mean, there's one thing to have a flawed hero. It's another thing to have an asshole hero, okay? And for Oliver Queen in Arrow, for all the good things he's done, he was an a-hole hero. Matter of fact, to even call him a hero would be to besmirch herodom. Batwoman, oh boy, you already know what he had to say about that. Supergirl's fallen into that same rut. And Black Lightning just keeps on grooving because Black Lightning does its own thing, and I really wish they would start unveiling some of the Milestone Dakota-verse heroes, like Icon or Hardware or the Blood Syndicate or Zombie or Static, the one everybody knows, just show up. That would be nice. Although having 2 electric-based superheroes, I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Stargirl. Stargirl is not an angst. There is a little bit of angst in there, and you got to watch that, Jeff. Don't let them get away with it too much. There's a little bit of angst in there, but because she's a 15-year-old girl. But she goes into a fight leading with her chin. She knows. She is one of those people who gets upset when she sees somebody being bullied. Okay? Mm-hmm. She's somebody who will actually take a stand against a bully. She is somebody who will take a stand against a thug. But all these little petty tyrants running around, she don't like it. So when she uncovers a piece of Pat's past, where he used to be the grown-up sidekick to a kid superhero, she finds the Cosmic Staff, and the Cosmic Staff is either sentient, I don't know if this is like a blue beetle scarab talking in an alien language kind of thing or not, which is another sentence you'll never hear outside of geek things like this. I don't know if that's where they're going or not, but
I do like that, though, that it can talk to her and she can understand it.
Well, I don't know if she could even actually understand it, but I think she's getting the gist of it. There must be some kind of connection there. But the idea of having a sentient weapon, essentially, helping her out, helps smooth out that learning curve, because intellectually, she would have to practice for months to get any good with this thing. If the thing can actually help her out when she jumps off the roof and it catches her essentially,
yeah,
and lets her fly off with it, that helps reduce the learning curve somewhat. So we'll see which direction that goes in. I was afraid that we were going to get into one of these, and this is something that's wrong with The Flash, drives me insane. You have a villain of the season. Okay, you have one big bad guy that nobody can do anything about until the very last episode, and then all of a sudden they knock him out, and you got 15 minutes left in the episode. That is a Flash specialty, by the way. And that's a Flash fact. This one, it looked like they were going to set Brainwave up to be the big bad guy for season 1 of Stargirl. Because, I mean, he was just so powerful. He can do things with his mind. He can read your mind. He can pick things up, like big tanker trucks and stuff, and throw them around with his mind. He's got all this power and all this stuff, and I'm like, we're going to have to deal with this guy for the next 6 or 7 episodes, however long this season goes. No, Pat shows up in a big armor he built out of an old Buick he owned, yeah. And he tries to stand up to Brainwave because he's a genius when it comes to gadgets and stuff. And I think we'll find his son Mike has some of those same abilities. But Courtney's not going to stand on the sideline and let Pat do that, so she shows up wearing her Stargirl outfit, and she decides she's going to zap Brainwave, and Brainwave smacks her around. He's going to kill both of them, and finally Courtney mans up, essentially, grabs the staff and fries Brainwave like an egg, and leaves him in a drooling. Didn't fry him physically to a crisp. She lobotomized his butt. You can actually look. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the second episode. If you look at the very end of the second episode, you can see the holes she burned into his head to lobotomize him. That whether it was Courtney or the staff, more likely the staff. So she's lobotomized Brainwave, and now we've seen another one turn up, and we're seeing shades of Solomon Grundy turning up at the end of this episode. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be the roller coaster ride if people will pay attention. For all the angst we have had to take from DC and Marvel, for that matter, superhero movies and TV shows, for decades now, we've had to have wanks. We've had to have wham. We've had to have angst. We've had to have dark. So dark you couldn't see what the hell was going on the screen. We finally got, there were a few dark spots, but we're seeing people actually standing up to this. We're seeing a different take on superheroes. We're seeing fun. We're seeing a respect for legacy. We're actually seeing respect for history. And I think that's something America has been waiting for a very, very long time to do. Now that Jeff Johns is in charge of the film units at DC, Jim Lee's in charge of the print units at DC, and Dan DiDio is gone, maybe we can actually start turning a corner. And I'm beginning to think Wonder Woman 84 is going to be just what this country needs. I get the feeling it's going to be that big, bright, big superhero feel to it that we really need right now. If it's not, if it's the same old straight-laced DC stuff coming up, the new Wonder Woman 84, then who knows how much longer DC's going to wander in the wilderness. But we're seeing Stargirl, we're seeing Shazam, we're seeing Aquaman, and we're seeing Wonder Woman, which are 4 brighter spots compared to what we've had leading up to Justice League. Maybe we've turned a corner and we're actually going to see some heroes on the screen out of DC. What do you think?
I totally agree. I mean, I love how we're doing this Sister with Ebert type of thing here. But don't crap on it already. But anyway, I totally agree. We're getting better at storytelling and going, have a passion into the project that you're doing. And Stargirl is one of those shows that I have never seen nothing like it on the small screen. And that's going a lot, especially with how the CW stuff, you know, with their superhero shows or any of their shows, is full of angst, full of just like so much drama. You're totally just like, ugh, over it. Stargirl is not doing that. And it has surprised me, and this is only 2 episodes in, has surprised me. Like, for instance, when she goes to school for the first time in this new town, she automatically bumps into, you can tell is going to be the bully. And you're like, oh, here we go. This girl's going to be like, this is my school. You're not going to be on the cheerleading squad. You're not going to, or something, something stupid like that. No, she just stands there. And the story moves on. It goes past her. Like, literally. And she's just there like that's all she does. She just stands there and stares her down. I'm like, hell yes. You just literally shoved her onto the side. Thank you. I'm tired of seeing that. Also, the villain, instead of waiting 6 episodes or 8 episodes in before the villain and the hero meet, first episode, he knows what she looks like. She knows what he looks like. So there's no identity problems there. They know what they look like, and then that's it. And then the second episode, boom, wiped him out. It's like, hell yeah, it's like, yes, we're not stretching this out. We're not going to the same formula that has been done 1,000 times. We're just going there. And I thought they was going to do where she's still trying to get used of Pat being her new stepdad and all of that. And she's like, he's trying to warn her that these guys are not the type of people to deal with. And even though she's at a young age, she thinks she knows everything. She's like, I'm going to go after him. I'm going to fight him and stuff like that. And he's like, are you kidding me? I was there when a whole league of superheroes died. And you think that you can do better than them? No, But she learns that at the end of the second episode. She's like, he literally just threatened my mom. Threatened that I can lose them just like that. So maybe I do need to step back and listen to Pat. Listen to my stepdad, Maybe I should just I am new at this, And she learned that. It didn't take many episodes in to learn all that. She just automatically be like, yeah, okay, well, this was scary. But she did end up helping at the end and winning. But, she was literally about to fight on her own before, and she just literally was like, okay, but now I can't let him go because he'll get killed and then I would feel bad, so I need to help somehow. So she ended up going to help. Mm-hmm. But I love how they're just skipping over the same stuff, the same formula, and just going for something different. Thank you, God, for that.
Well, you see what happens when you've got somebody who is a creative talent, somebody who actually has a game plan in place. Okay?
Exactly.
Jeff Johns, you got to remember, Jeff Johns spent a decade on Green Lantern, the comic book. Okay? Jeff Johns was there for the Sinestro War. He was there for Brightest Day, Darkest Night. He was there through all this stuff. He had a plan from day one right to the very end. It took him 10 years to tell the story. Okay? All these little stories in it, part of the bigger story, and you just came to accept it. You came to accept the flow. Yeah. That is something Jeff Johns does. He has a long-term plan, and then he has these little short-term steps that get him there. You're seeing that here. He's got the long-term plan. In fact, he's already written this long-term plan.
And that's great.
He wrote the book. The original book was called Stars and Stripe, which came out in '99 from DC. And then he continued that story when that book closed. He continued that story in JSA. He was writing the Justice Society of America comic book. And he did that for another 5-7 years. At the same time he was doing Green Lantern. He was doing the JSA, and it was all about legacy. It was all about not focusing strictly on Courtney, but Courtney was the one who served as the link between the two because she had gotten close to Pat, and she learned what it was like being one of the older heroes, and then she's actually, because she was like 16, 17 at the time, she was older than most of these other kids who are taking over legacies,
Right.
who are like 13, 14, 15 years old. And she basically served as like a surrogate big sister to help get them where they needed to be and help the adult heroes, help the younger ones get ready for the future. So it was all part of a big, long-term plan. Jeff Johns does this, and what you're going to see is Jeff Johns, the TV show. Jeff Johns producing a TV show is not like what anybody else does. He is a creative talent. He's got the plan. He's not afraid to go ahead and burn a plot. What you've seen with some of these others, and Greg Berlanti, without him there probably wouldn't be all these DC shows and stuff, and I should be appreciative of that.
Yeah, I mean,
but we have seen in The Flash a minor plot point takes 60 minutes to address.
exactly.
And then we move on to the next minor plot point, because it's all these writers know how to do is stall for time. They can only come up with the one plot line. Jeff Johns has been doing this for a while. Remember, again, Richard Donner back in 1970, back in the 70s on the very first Superman movie, Jeff Johns was there. He knows, he's been at this for a while. He's going to have this small plot and a bigger overarching plot. And when he burns the small plot, he's going to start on the next plot. He's going to start on the next plot. He's going to start on the next plot. And he's going to take you step by step. The journey is going to be incredible if he can finish it. And he usually does, because people have always responded to what he does. When he wrote Green Lantern sales numbers, they actually canceled Green Lantern and brought it back because Jeff Johns wanted to write it. And they're like, all right, let's take another try. Let's try this again. And so Jeff Johns, by the time Jeff Johns finished, Green Lantern selling like 10 times what the old book was selling. Okay? The JSA, always been one of the biggest sellers. Dan DiDio hated the JSA, but JSA was helping to pay the bills, so that he couldn't just do away with them. He eventually did. He managed to get enough people on his side. He was able to get rid of them. And DC's sales went right back in the crapper. Because the new 52 was Dan DiDio. Dan DiDio's idea. And Dan DiDio is one of those guys who will sit there and just minor plot points, stretch it out, make it last, because I've only got so many I can do, and then I'm just out of ideas. Jeff Johns, says phooey to that stuff. He's got an idea of where STARGIRL's going to go, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
And I really like that. It's just like I said before, the bully thing. That has been done in movies and TV shows 1,000 times, where it's the new kid in school, and there's that one kid that is like, I don't like you for some reason, but this is my school, this is my territory, stay out of my way. Even though they say stay out of my way, they seem to get into that new person's grill all the time and make fun of them and stuff like that. And you know that this girl that is just standing there, you know she is the antagonist or whatever. So I know she's going to show up again later, somewhere down the road. But that's the thing. She's going to show up later on down the road. It's not going to happen right there at this moment.
Right. It doesn't need to, because Jeff Johns knows.
And that's why I love it, because usually they just go straight forward and be like, yeah, there's the bully. She's going to be the victim, and that's going to be stretched out through I don't know how long. But no, it's like, oh, well, yeah, there she is.
That's
and
because Courtney is a hero called to action. She's got the belief, she's already got, I can't believe I'm going to say this, she's got the eye of the tiger, all right? She knows this. She knows that the best way to deal with the bully is to ignore it, because a bully bullies for the attention. So if you ignore a bully, that's the worst thing you can do to a bully. If they say, hey, leave me alone, don't even answer like, all right, okay, I'll leave you alone, because that would be responding to them and acknowledging their existence. For a bully, they hate that. So what you're going to see is this girl who is trying to bully Courtney is going to come back even stronger, because she really wants Courtney's attention. because she's psychotic that way. But
Most bullies are.
but you can almost hear the wheels turning in Jeff Johns' head as you're seeing all these little things, because I know Jeff Johns well enough by now from reading his stories. I know what his writing style is like. I can see shades of it here. He's not writing the scripts, but he's guiding the writers along. And you can see all these little plot lines he's planting the seeds in these first 2 episodes. I mean, there are seeds planted that I've recognized that you wouldn't even notice.
I don't know much about STARGIRL, so yeah, you're right. There's things there that I have no idea. I don't know much about the JSA.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're going to learn a lot more about the JSA now.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to get to the old school.
This 10-year, the JSA dying 10 years before, that has to be coming from the CW, because unless Jeff Johns has a reason for doing that. He's probably trying to get the whole... He doesn't want to go that far into the legacy weeds of... The JSA's been around since 1940 in the comic books. So they've got like an 80-year history. 10 years is enough for a typical CW audience, or a modern audience, honestly. You don't have to go all the way back to the 80s. It's just like with Iron Man. When he first crashed, it was in the jungles of Korea. Did you know that?
No.
In order to escape that cave, he was in Korea. And then as time went on, in the 60s and 70s, it was Vietnam. And then as we rolled into the 80s and 90s, it moved forward to some other conflicts like Beirut. And then now it's Afghanistan. And who knows where it'll be in another 10 years, probably in China. Some wet market in China or something he was trapped in. But
I can't wait for more. Cannot wait.
So STARGIRL is the one that I'm actually excited about. Give it a try. Watch the first 2 episodes. Like I said, it's free on the CW app. If you have on demand through your cable service or something, you should be able to find it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
If you subscribe to DC Universe, you can get it. It's out there. Go ahead, give it a try. I honestly think you're going to enjoy it. If you're into superheroes and you wonder why does Hollywood do such a bad job with superheroes, this is what you need to see. This is what you've been hanging on for. Because I'll tell you honestly, I haven't felt like this since Iron Man 1, where I got excited. Prior to that, it was Spider-Man 2, and prior to that, it was Batman.
Yeah, see, I was
the first Tim Burton Batman.
See, I was going to say I haven't felt this way since Nolan's Batman movies.
I gotta admit, you turned me on to Nolan's Batman movies, because I was so burnt out on Batman by that point. And I saw him driving another tank, and I'm like, Batman as Iron Man is something I wasn't overly enthused with, which is what he had basically become, and then Christopher Nolan took it in a different direction. So I'm glad you turned me on to that one. But problem is, those are the exceptions instead of the rules anymore. So
I mean, it's great to just have a different version, but make it so darn good. I mean, you don't have to go too far off the.
And the thing is, in comic books, you've already got a visual part, you've got an auditory part, and the word balloons. Okay,
Yeah.
So it's already set like a movie. It's already set like a TV show. You could actually take a well-written comic book, which Jeff Johns does. Neil Gaiman does a great job of writing. I can think of some others. Alan Moore when he wants to do it. Marv Wolfman used to be really good at it. There are a few others. Ed Brubaker. God, I'd love to see. I was so happy to see the Winter Soldier turn up in the Captain America movies. That was Ed Brubaker. I'd love to see him try something else, like a G.I. Joe revival with Larry Hama. That would be hilarious. I would kill to see that.
Did you know
Anyway.
J.J. Abrams is supposed to be doing a new Superman movie? I'm torn on this. I'm halfway excited, But then again, look, I love J.J. Abrams, but he loves to take, instead of doing something, new, he likes to take what was already done and kind of copy off of it. Sorry to say, he does, and it's like, why can't you just go a different thing? So I believe if he does do a Superman movie, it's going to be a ripoff of one of the original Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and we'll wait and see if that actually happens, because I got a feeling that that's what he's going to do. I hope not. I hope he does it differently, but
Okay, I'm going to say two things. First off, J.J. Abrams is M. Night Shyamalan, okay? They're one-trick ponies. They get lucky one time, and then they ride that for the rest of forever, okay? J.J. Abrams, I'm not a J.J. Abrams fan, okay? You love J.J. Abrams. I'm not going to think any less of you because of that, because I couldn't think of any less of it. But anyway, J.J. Abrams got lucky. He gets in one or two good projects, and then he just rides it for as long as he can. M. Night Shyamalan did the same thing. He had that one good movie, and he's just been flopping ever since. So, I wouldn't have very high hopes for a good Superman from J.J. Abrams. Now, if you really want to impress the hell out of me, give me... No, that would be silly. But no, that would be cool. No, give me Steven Spielberg directing a Superman movie, and I'll give you all my money.
I would go with that.
Get Clint Eastwood to direct a Superman movie, and I'll give you all my money. Oh, buddy, yes. Oh, yes. Clint Eastwood's not one of those guys. See, and that's the other thing I was going to bring up before we close this episode. You just went and harshed all over my mellow. Because I was all happy with STARGIRL. I was all bright and happy. Here I am, and I'm sitting here clapping like Baby Yoda.
Let's go back.
The future's so bright I got to wear shades.
Let's go back.
See, I'm gagging on it.
Played more. But let's go
I now have the COVID cooties because you had to sit there and drag J.J. Abrams.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you felt that.
What a way to end a run.
Go check out STARGIRL. It is a great show.
Please do. Please do.
Best superhero show on TV.
And while you're at it, run down to Scott's Comic Relief and ask him if he can get you a copy of Stars and Stripe Volume 1.
Yes.
Because, trust me, you're going to read that, you're going to watch the show, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. But anyway.
And he's open now, so.
So he is Steve.
Steve?
Who the fuck is Steve?
I don't know.
Scott's Comic Relief is now open. I guess I'm thinking Steve Reeves, to be honest, because we're talking Superman now. But anyway, so do pay Scott's Comic Relief a visit. Do get out there, start visiting these shops and everything. Get back there. Be good little consumers again. You good little consumers. So, this ends episode 99 of Geekin' Out. This is the final episode of Geekin' Out. By this time, next week, you and I will be recording a new show. It will be episode 100. But you won't know what it is.
He's not telling me
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not telling you a thing because there's the reason why. Coming up shortly, I can't say exactly when I'll have this set, will be episode 99 and a half of Geekin' Out. Okay, this will be the transition episode. This is not going to be like any of the first 99 episodes we did. But hopefully it'll prep you for episode 100 because I'm doing this all by myself. This is me. So keep your eyes peeled for episode 99 and a half. You and I are getting back together. I'm guessing on Sunday, June the 7th, we're going to record new episodes of this new show, and then everybody's going to know which direction we're going in from there. So, all set?
Am I going to die?
All set, yeah. You'll die 1,000 deaths by paper cuts, but you ain't going anywhere yet.
I'm scared.
So, till next time, I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That's Chris. I was about to say that was Chris, but that's Chris.
See, you're worrying.
This was Geeking Out. We'll see you next time, y'all.
Bye.
Take care. Turn off.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.